It's the weekend, and you and your Charmander are going to visit your friends in Celadon City. But the journey is long and tiring, and you decide to take a small break in a beautiful forest. You lay down and shut your eyes for a minute. A distressed cry of Charmander startles you from your rest. You sit up, open your eyes, and see that Charmander's tail has lit the forest on fire. Whatever are you going to do? After seeing this video, you should know exactly what fire is, what to do if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, and how fire can sometimes be beneficial to ecosystems.
Fire is the result of a chemical reaction, specifically combustion. In order for fire to occur, there need to be three things: oxygen, fuel, and heat. The fuel used in the reaction is called a hydrocarbon, which is a chemical that contains only carbon and hydrogen. In the reaction, the byproducts are carbon dioxide and water in its vapor form. The combustion reaction is an exothermic reaction in which it releases energy as heat and light. The light emitted shows four different colors. Blue is when the reaction begins, which is the hottest point of the fire. Red is when heat is radiating like light and fairly close to the actual reaction. Orange is when less heat exists because it is further away from the space where the reaction occurs. And yellow, finally, is when the emitted light is comparable to normal light due to similar wavelengths. This is also comparable to the amount of heat given off in a light bulb.
The most effective way to protect against fire is to prevent it from occurring in the first place. In the household, fire is most common in the kitchen. When you learn to cook, one of the first things you learn is to never leave the food unattended. For your safety, you should always be present when you are cooking. But if a fire does happen, and if your clothes are on fire, you should stop, draw, and row. Stay low to avoid toxic smoke. Do not stop to grab anything. Get out as quickly as possible and try to call 911 when you are in safe area.
We hear about forest fires all the time, and that fact alone can be somewhat depressing. But don't fret. Sometimes natural wildfires can be beneficial to the ecosystem it occurs in. For instance, a wildfire can remove debris and underbrush from the forest floor, which can help prevent future wildfires. This also helps to return nutrients to the soil, so that new trees become established and return the forest back to health. Fire also provides a habitat and shelter for the animals that inhabit the forest, and, with fewer plants absorbing the water, new streams are introduced to the forest, and the water sources are richer and fuller. Interestingly, fire also is required for some plants to live. These trees have fire-resistant bark, and the cones require heat to open up and release seeds for regeneration.
We return to the burning forest, where you and your Charmander are deciding what to do. You now know that putting out the fire should be left to professionals, and thankfully the fire squad of Squirtles from Celadon City have spotted the flames and are here to put them out. You've also learned that although the fire was destructive, it can help to rejuvenate the forest into an even more lovely place for all of the people and Pokemon to enjoy. Look, there are even more coming now.